This is the Nightwolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a quick look at the Snake Lair update. There's 6 days left, and we are only, 24 backers away from it funding. Which also means it's highly unlikely that we will get the Pythonus figure to go with it. Now, roughly 5 days ago, probably 6 by the time this goes up, we were at 5,889 backers. So in 5 days, we have not even gotten 100 backers. And that's kind of what I was afraid of, was this thing was going to slow down a whole lot just because the Lady Slither was no longer available as an item. And surprisingly, Mattel hasn't come out and said, well, we've decided we'll give this to everybody. What I think they might want to consider doing in this last 6 days here is maybe announce another add-on for the backers. Again, I would say a different color MOTU for the Snake Lair. They made a ton of merchandise for MOTU. I think people did buy that, and people were talking about MOTU for quite a while after the whole thing. So that's a possibility, and I'm sure it wouldn't be that expensive to create as an add-on, or to put us over the top, so to speak. But that's where we're at. We got 24 people needed, and 6 more days to go. I still think it'll probably make it, but there's no guarantee, right? And of course, this is the problem again with the early backer thing. Those of us who already bought one, who might consider getting a second one to get us over that top part, probably won't get it because we're not going to get another Lady Slither. Now, if they had said that if you backed early, whenever you bought any more, you'd get a Lady Slither, that would probably have helped. But we had a new announcement from Mattel, which is the reason why I wanted to start this video, and that is the new Eternia Mossman action figure, a exclusive for Mattel Creations and early purchase for the members of Club Grayskull. Although maybe this is a Club Grayskull only figure. I imagine it's not going to be, though, I would think, just because he's not being listed as part of the Powers of Grayskull line, I don't think. But let's take a quick look at this, right? Well, obviously it's not Club Grayskull because it's Masterverse. Duh. The latest Masterverse edition is the iconic Mossman appearing for the first time in a larger size, representative of his towering stature. This highly intimidating posable figure stands over 8 inches tall and threatens foes of the forest and Eternia with an array of weapons, including a powerful mace and a dagger stashed in his waist belt. One hand is detachable with interchangeable 3-pronged root weapons. One hand is detachable with an interchangeable 3-prong root weapon attachment for additional fighting capabilities. Only one hand. I thought all the hands were detachable on Masterverse. Why is that a big deal? So Mossman here, 8.25 inches tall with 32 points of articulation. Kind of looks like from these images here, and we'll take a better look at all the images, he might actually have double joints in the elbows. Includes removable chest armor and belt. Kind of curious. Is the chest armor just that strap going around him? Armed with a mace and a dagger. Mace is kind of ugly. And signature packaging. Well, again, we'll take a look at that. Colors and decorations may vary. Purchase limits subject to change at sole discretion of Mattel from August 26, 2025 at 9 p.m. through August 27, 2009. Only Club Grayskull members can buy this figure at MattelCreations.com while supply lasts. Okay, so this is a Club Grayskull only figure. I don't think this is going to sell out then. So here's our first image of him with his little replacement arm thing, which honestly, I mean, it's expected, but it's kind of boring in my opinion. If it had like the wires in it so you could curl it around and stuff and use it to grasp things, that might be a little bit more interesting, but it didn't say anything about that. His other hand looks like it's big enough to jerk off a tree. Here we show him with his knife and his other hand holding the sheath for the dagger. The knife looks fine. It just looks like a basic dagger, whatever. And that big hand looks like, I guess it's designed like that to hold the sheath. And yes, it does appear that it does have double jointed elbows, so that's a bonus. Here we see him fighting Beastman. We have Ninjor and Cyclone, and of course King Randor in the background. I don't like the look at the mace. I would have rather have seen it look more like a tree than an actual, produced mace. You know what I mean? And maybe it's just the coloring, because I guess it does look a little bit like it could be vegetable-based, so to speak. And as much as I liked King Randor's figure when I got him, that picture of King Randor looks really dumb. But you can see the size difference there. His legs are both kind of different with different wrappings on them. Still not sure what part of him is supposed to be a harness. Alright, so here's the figure with the different parts showing. He's got a really nice gold belt down there and the arm gauntlet thing and the mace all match each other. Again, I'm not fond of that mace design. Maybe with a different character it would look cool, but I just don't think it fits Mossman. Of course, we have these two brown straps here. The question is, are they holding these spikes that are on his back to his back, or are those part of the actual figure itself? Or is this entire green thing here supposed to be that chest armor that they're talking about? Because it does look like the green filler here at the top here does look like it is separate from the rest of the figure, so that might be the armor they're talking about. These spikes here are on his arms, so they're removable, it looks like. I can't believe they gave us an ass shot. Wow, that's special. I wasn't expecting that, and I bet they'll never do that with a female character. But okay, but here it is. That armor here does seem to be the vegetable coat on his top part there, and then these are the straps, which are part of that, well, the harness that we were talking about earlier. And still, with this picture of the mace, I'm just not too impressed by it. Here is Mossman with his packaging and his background. It looks like we have our ancient tree over there, which... is that supposed to be maybe Preternian back there? Because it looks a little small for that ancient-ass tree. But again, here's Mossman with his background. Heroic Spy and Master of Camouflage. And of course, he's not flocked, which is disappointing too. And here is his box design. Looks like he's trying to come out of the tree there a little bit, or merge with the tree. The artwork doesn't look too bad, although it does look like he's got dreadlocks now in here. I guess I'm not too fond of the beard either on this character, but I mean, it makes sense considering. And his weapon is a green color to go with the rest of everything else. And his armor is a different color there too. So I don't know if this is just artwork or if that's actually maybe mispainted in the other thing. Who knows? We have the back of the box with some insects and a rodent on it, with Mossman's face really big and looking pissed. Okay guys, he reminds me of some character specifically from some show or movie, and I can't place it right now. If you can think of it, please say something. This is our Mossman. He is going to be $35 plus shipping, and it did say there that it is supposed to be club exclusive, so if you're a member of Club Grayskull, you're the only one's going to be able to get it, right? Okay, I'm a member of Club Grayskull, so I'll be one of those people. But that being said, I just want to say that I am actually not going to order this one. I am getting kind of tired of Mattel selling these one-off figures like this and having to pay shipping, especially now that shipping has gone from, like, I think it was $6 now to $8. So that means just with the figure and shipping alone, you're doing $43 for this guy. And then there's taxes, so let's just say, I don't know, taxes are usually somewhere between 5 and 10%, depending upon where you live. So because I'm lazy, let's just go with 10% because it's easier to calculate. So that would be another $3.50. You're already over $45 to get this figure. Almost hitting 50, or getting close enough to 50 to be a little concerning. And that's if you order one, which at this point, I am not ordering multiple figures anymore very often, unless I have a specific reason to do so. Besides the whole, oh, well, if I get this, I'm saving on shipping by getting two. So I'm going to skip on this one, at least, unless there's some left over when the next figure comes up for sale. Then I'll probably toss him in the cart and grab whatever new figure that they put out there and get them both at the same time. I just don't care that much about this one to pick him up right away. And Mossman is a character I really like, but this design just does not do it for me. Hell, could probably even wait to see if this guy goes on sale. Now, of course, because I've said that, this guy will probably sell out. But then in that case, it'll be my loss, and it won't be the first time. But why don't you guys tell me what you think about this in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this look at it, please feel free to smash the like button. And if you want to hear more of my nonsense, you can subscribe. I thank you for watching. Peace and love.